It's time to dive beneath the surface and into the minds and hearts of your favorite celebrities and pop culture icons. Welcome to Up and Adam.
Hey guys, what's up? You're watching Up and Adam. My name's Adam Newell. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm the guy bringing you guys all the weekly interviews and recaps from your favorite celebrities and pop culture influencers. But for those of you who do know me, you know that that's not why we're always here, right? Guys, if you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. And not to mention, I have been gone for a few days. I did have to make a trip to Atlanta, so we have a big interview coming up. If you guys have any guesses as to who it might be with, go ahead and comment below. You guys, your minds are going to be blown. But with that, we're here to talk about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So now, let's jump right in. Okay, guys, so we're back to talk about Erika Girardi, Erika Jane, Erika Chahoy, whatever you want to call her, we're back to talk about her because rumor is she has a new man. Apparently, there was a blind item out there saying that she is currently talking to someone famous who is in their mid-70s, nearing their 80s, and she's clinging onto this person like her life depends on it. Now, Dana Wilkie, if you guys remember her, she's also a former Real Housewives of Beverly Hills cast member, and she posted about this because she always does her homework in the sense that if there's something to be found, she will make sure she finds it. I'm so excited to find out who this man is, but what we do know is this. Apparently, this man is a movie mogul, and obviously she has a type. Erika even said that on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills when she was joking with the doctor after visiting this doctor with Lisa Rinna, and the doctor was bald and a little bit older, and Lisa said, hey, look, he's your type. And she's like, oh, you are my type, old and bald. Well, maybe this movie mogul might be bald too. We know that he's a little bit older. I'm not saying he's old. I don't want to say that, but he's a little bit older than Erika if he's nearing his 80s. But what we have heard is that he might not be as rich as she thinks. Now, even if he does have a little bit of money, no matter what, hopefully it's not crooked money, because at this point, neither was Tom Girardi. Tom Girardi wasn't as rich as he thought, at least not in an ethical way. I mean, this is going to be interesting, and I'm so curious to see who she could be dating, because we've heard rumors all across the board. We heard that she was potentially being linked to Gleb Savchenko from Dancing with the Stars, which that didn't feel right. And then we heard that she might be linked to Scooter Braun, which, not dissing Erika, but Scooter Braun's wife is beautiful and she's younger, and I just don't know why Scooter Braun, he doesn't need Erika. Erika would need Scooter, and I don't think that is probably going to happen. I don't think the Ice Queen is getting with the media mogul Scooter Braun. I just don't see that, But moving forward, we do have a few other things to talk about when it comes to Erika and Tom Girardi. There are other cast members from other franchises that are speaking out about Mr. Girardi. Kelly Dodd would be one of them. Guys, Kelly Dodd has opened her mouth again, and it's always something interesting when we hear it. It's usually out there. It's ridiculous. It's something that stirs up controversy with people. I mean, it's always something with Kelly Dodd, but Kelly Dodd posted a photo next to her high power attorney, and a fan commented on it saying, well, Erika had a high power attorney too. Kelly Dodd clapped back and said, yeah, well, mine's not crooked. Oof. I mean, is she wrong? I know we get upset with her, but is she wrong? I just want to ask, just to be fair. Now, you all know we have been following another attorney, Ronald Richards, who has been so just consistent with posting about the Girardi cases, everything that's going on, to the point that he has over 200 plus social media posts about this, which is insane. Not only does he have media posts, but he's apparently representing some of the plaintiffs who are suing Mr. Girardi. Well, if you guys have been living under a rock, and I just say this, I say very kindly, you guys wouldn't know this, but I just want to remind you, Ronald Richards was asked by the two trustees who were appointed in the Girardi cases to come on and comb through Erika's financials, and figure out what the hell is going on. Has any money been moved around? Where has it gone? And more importantly, did she have anything to do? Did she partake in any criminal activity? He wants to know it all. And if there's something to find out, Ronald Richards will find out. Let me tell you that. He has now been watching the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills to see if there's anything that she hasn't listed as far as assets that he can discover. Because if he finds something, let's say it's a $200,000 tennis bracelet or diamond necklace or a $400,000. I mean, it doesn't matter. Whatever it is, if he catches it and he turns it in and it's legit, he can potentially receive up to 45% of what that item cost. Now, that's insane to me. So obviously we know that Ronald Richards is watching so closely, and he's already made a few discoveries that have come out. And one of them was the fact that Erika Girardi waived one of her rights by admitting on national television that she takes Lexapro. She said that she was going into, I don't want to talk about this too much, but she was feeling some sort of way. She was, let's say, sad, and she needed to take Lexapro because when the pandemic hit, it made her feel like, what am I doing if I'm not working? Who am I if I'm not on TV and I'm not performing? I don't know. So it sent her into sort of a depression. And with that, she called her psychiatrist and got on Lexapro. Now, Ronald Richards did blast this out because he said, okay, well, since you said it and you said it publicly, now you're waiving this certain right. Okay, that makes sense. But a lot of fans were kind of pissed off about this because fans were like, listen, mental health is not something that you F with. It's not something that you should really be talking about. And doesn't she have a right to be under or prescribed any medication that her psychiatrist feels fit? Yes, that's true. But Ronald Richards also said this. He was like, listen, yes, it's now public because she talked about it on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So that confidentiality, whatever, it doesn't exist. You talked about it on national television. So whatever right you think that you may have had, it's gone. Ronald Richards also put out a tweet saying that there are 3 amazing sources, Danny, Leah, and Mickey, and they were shown on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. They were shown in her closet, their stylist. They could be sources. What if they're petitioned? I don't know, or subpoenaed, or asked to come in court and testify against Erika Girardi. You never know what is going to happen, especially when there's tens of millions of dollars owed to plenty of victims. Victims, again, it's not like he stole something out of a divorce settlement. It was allegedly, this money was allegedly taken from widows, orphans, plane crash victims, car crash victims, earthquake victims, boat crash victims, like victims of horrendous tragedies that deserved their settlements, and they did not get those settlements. And if they did, they got a small portion of what they were actually supposed to receive. Mr. Girardi, you guys aren't new to this, but Mr. Girardi was telling these people, listen, you don't want your money right out of the gate, you'll spend it. So I'll take care of your money. I'll put it in a high interest account and I will make sure your money makes money. Well, you weren't making sure that their money was making money. Apparently you were allegedly spending their money. And that's where the problem is, because now Mr. Girardi has late onset Alzheimer's and early dementia, and he can't remember anything. He has no idea or recollection of where any of this money is, which is mind-blowing. And not only that, neither does she. So how do you make $50 to $80 million disappear like a magic trick? Well, they did it. And now the question is, where is it? Where is the money? Is it hidden? Has it been spent? I mean, it's just mind-boggling to me, to be honest. I don't actually know how this is. I guess I'm more curious how this is going to play out, because it's a lot. And Erika Girardi is not scotch-free yet. I mean, she is still having to go through the whole court process. She might have to give up some of her assets. And even though she said, I'm not giving up my assets, they said to her, why don't you give us your jewelry, handbags, and help us pay back these victims? And she said, no, these were gifts to me. They were not community property. These were gifts to me that were given to me by my husband over the course of 20 years of marriage. I deserve these. And it's over $20 million in gifts. Now, if that's the case, sure, you might feel like you deserve something out of your marriage, right? But how can you deserve something that was never really yours in the first place? I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to have so many opinions, and I hear it all the time. Leave Erika alone. let her be. She's innocent in all of this. Well, you're not the judge or the jury. And if you are, then you can be the one to decide whether she is in fact innocent or if she was a part of any criminal activity. I'm not going in on Erika hard at all. Erika used to be one of my favorite housewives of Beverly Hills, to be honest with you. I loved how she was just always maintained. They call her an ice queen, but I just feel like she maintained her composure. Sure, she had a couple times where she came off a little scary, but I used to really like her. Now it's hard to watch her only because I watch it from the perspective of thinking, how many of these victims are watching this show, watching how she has this lavish lifestyle and thinking, that's my money. And that's just a feeling I can't really shake. So I don't know. I want to know, though, this was mainly about Erika Girardi having a new man. I want to know if you guys can piece together who this man might be. Again, he's in his 70s, nearing his 80s. He's a movie mogul. And what the blind item says is he might not have as much money as she thinks. So guys, if you have any clues, go ahead, comment below. But before you go, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell. Sorry for the raspy voice, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.
Check us out every Monday and Wednesday. Thanks for watching Up and Adam.